pocket and handed the old man the last of his change. "Here, sir. I hope this helps," Howard said with a soft smile. The old man's eyes lit up, and he smiled back. "Thank you, son. You have a good heart." That small interaction stayed with Howard. He began to think about the role of coffee shops in society. They could be a haven for people, a place of comfort. He wanted to create that feeling in every Starbucks. Meanwhile, Howard's ambition grew. He approached Jerry and proposed a plan to expand Starbucks. He believed they could turn it into an empire by creating a unique coffee experience across the country. Jerry listened but was hesitant. He loved the small community feeling of Starbucks and was unsure about growth. "Howard, I appreciate your passion, but we must be careful," Jerry advised. However, Howard's heart was set. He decided to take a leap of faith. He wanted to create his own coffee shop with the support of some friends. He managed to gather enough funds to open his own place. In his mind, he imagined it as a Starbucks spirit on a larger scale. As he opened his first shop, everything felt right. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee mixed with baked goods filled the air. Customers began to flock in, drawn by the inviting atmosphere. Howard made sure to greet each person with a smile, just like the old man on the sidewalk had appreciated. He remembered that warmth and connection were key. But running a business was not easy. There were days when sales were low, and Howard worried about making ends meet. The pressure weighed heavily on him, and he often felt like giving up. One cold winter evening, Howard sat alone in his empty shop, feeling defeated. Suddenly, the door opened, and in walked a young woman named Lisa. She was shivering and wrapped in a thick coat, and her eyes brightened at the sight of the coffees and pastries. "Is this place open?" she asked, hopeful. "Of course," Howard replied. "Welcome. What can I get you?" Lisa ordered a warm cup of cocoa. Sitting at the window, she soaked in the atmosphere. It was quiet, but there was something special about this place. Howard noticed her happiness reflected in her smile and felt a flicker of hope. "Thank you for being open," Lisa said after taking her first sip. "I needed this warmth today." Her words ignited a spark in Howard. He realized that even during hard times, he could still bring joy to others. He stepped out and began to share his story with customers. They would come see Howard not just as a barista, but as a friend, someone who cared about their lives. As the years passed, Howard's business grew, and the first Starbucks was born. Its unique philosophy of creating community spaces resonated with customers. Howard's vision started to become reality. The warmth and kindness that had once been offered to him became the foundation of Starbucks. Yet, even as Starbucks flourished and expanded, Howard kept in mind the lessons he learned on the street and from the people who crossed his path. He vowed that Starbucks would always be a place where everyone felt welcome, just like that cold winter day with Lisa. His story spread far and wide. People admired how a homeless man had built a multi-million-dollar coffee empire from love, warmth, and community spirit. Howard Schultz became a well-known name, but deep down, he remained the same person who wanted to uplift the world, one cup of coffee at a time. Stars twinkled in the night sky over Starbucks, and as Howard walked to the doors of his flagship store, he looked around at his team. They were not just employees. They were family. Howard smiled, remembering his humble beginnings and the old man on the sidewalk who inspired him to create a place where everyone could find warmth and kindness. So, the man who once had nothing built a place for millions, reminding them all the power of connection over coffee. Howard Schultz, a driven and ambitious entrepreneur. George Howell, a coffee expert and owner of the Coffee Connection. Baldwin, Howard's friend who supported him. The homeless man who built Starbucks. Howard Schultz's story. Once upon a time, in a small apartment in Brooklyn, New York, a young boy named Howard Schultz dreamt of a life far beyond his humble surroundings. His father, Fred, worked tirelessly as a truck driver, barely making ends meet. Growing up, Howard saw the daily struggles his parents faced, which fueled his desire for something more. He wanted to create a life where hard work led to genuine success and security. Howard was a bright and energetic child. He excelled in sports and academics, earning an athletic scholarship to Northern Michigan University. After graduating with a degree in communications, he took a job at Xerox as a salesman. While the job provided stability, Howard felt unfulfilled. He yearned for something that ignited his passion. One day, while browsing through customer accounts, Howard stumbled upon a small coffee shop in Seattle called Starbucks. Intrigued, he researched the company and discovered they were selling high-quality coffee beans, something relatively new in the United States at the time. Howard was captivated by the aroma and the culture surrounding coffee. He felt a pull, an intuition that this was something special. Driven by his gut feeling, Howard contacted the owners of Starbucks, Jerry Baldwin and Gordon Boker. He flew to Seattle and spent hours with them, learning about their passion for coffee. He was impressed by their dedication to sourcing the best beans and their commitment to educating customers about the art of coffee brewing. Howard saw immense potential in Starbucks and envisioned a future where coffee shops weren't just places to grab a quick cup, but community hubs where people connected and shared experiences. Despite his enthusiasm, Howard faced resistance from Baldwin and Boker. They were content with their small operation and weren't interested in expanding beyond their 6 stores. Howard, however, was convinced that Starbucks could become a national phenomenon. He persistently pitched his ideas, emphasizing the importance of creating a unique coffeehouse experience that catered to a broader audience. Frustrated but undeterred, Howard decided to leave Xerox and pursue his dream independently. He started his own coffee company called Il Giornale, inspired by the Italian coffee bars he had encountered during a trip to Milan. Howard was mesmerized by the vibrant coffee culture in Italy, where coffee shops were gathering places for people to socialize and enjoy the rich flavors of espresso. He wanted to recreate that atmosphere in America. Raising capital for Il Giornale was a monumental challenge. Banks and investors were skeptical of his vision. Many dismissed his idea as a niche market with limited growth potential. Howard faced rejection after rejection, but he refused to give up. He believed in his dream with every fiber of his being. During this challenging time, Howard found support from an unexpected source, his friend Baldwin. Despite their differing visions for Starbucks, Baldwin admired Howard's passion and determination. He offered Howard guidance and encouragement, reminding him of his strengths and the importance of staying true to his vision. After months of relentless effort, Howard finally secured enough funding to open his first Il Giornale store in Seattle. The coffee shop was an instant success. Customers flocked to experience the rich aroma of freshly brewed espresso in the warm, inviting atmosphere. Howard meticulously crafted the store's ambience, from the carefully selected music to the comfortable seating arrangements. He wanted to create a space where people felt welcome and inspired. As Il Giornale expanded, Howard remained committed to his vision of creating a unique coffeehouse experience. He invested in training his employees, whom he called partners, to become knowledgeable and passionate about coffee. He believed that by empowering his employees, he could create a culture of exceptional customer service. In 1987, an opportunity arose that would change the course of Howard's career forever. The owners of Starbucks decided to sell their company. Howard jumped at the chance to acquire the brand that had initially inspired him. He saw it as a chance to merge his vision for Il Giornale with the established reputation of Starbucks. With the help of investors, Howard successfully acquired Starbucks. He immediately began implementing his vision of transforming the company into a national coffeehouse chain. He expanded the menu beyond coffee beans to include a variety of espresso-based drinks, pastries, and other food items. He also introduced the concept of a third place, a space between home and work where people could relax, connect, and enjoy a sense of community. Howard faced numerous challenges as he grew Starbucks into a global brand. He had to navigate complex business decisions, manage rapid expansion, and maintain the company's commitment to quality and customer service. However, he remained steadfast in his belief that Starbucks could be more than just a coffee shop. He wanted it to be a company that made a positive impact on the world. Under Howard's leadership, Starbucks became a cultural phenomenon. The company's stores became ubiquitous in cities and towns across the United States and around the world. Starbucks became synonymous with quality coffee, a welcoming atmosphere, and a sense of community. Despite his success, Howard never forgot his humble beginnings. He remained grounded and committed to giving back to the community. He established the Starbucks Foundation, which supports various charitable causes, including education, poverty alleviation, and environmental sustainability. As Starbucks continued to grow, Howard encountered new challenges. Competition intensified and consumer preferences evolved. Howard recognized the need to adapt and innovate to stay ahead of the curve. He invested in new technologies, expanded the menu to include healthier options, and focused on creating personalized customer experiences. In 2000, Howard stepped down as CEO of Starbucks, but he remained actively involved in the company as chairman. He returned as CEO in 2008 to help Starbucks navigate the financial crisis and revitalize the brand. Under his leadership, Starbucks implemented a turnaround strategy that focused on improving the quality of the coffee, enhancing the customer experience, and expanding into new markets. One memorable encounter during his journey was with George Howell, a renowned coffee expert and owner of the Coffee Connection, a small but influential coffee shop in Boston. George was known for his meticulous approach to sourcing and roasting coffee beans. Howard, recognizing George's expertise, sought his guidance and mentorship. George shared his knowledge and passion for coffee with Howard, helping him to deepen his understanding of the art and science of coffee brewing. Howard Schultz's story is a testament to the power of perseverance, vision, and the belief in oneself. He rose from humble beginnings to build one of the most iconic brands in the world. His story is an inspiration to aspiring entrepreneurs and anyone who dreams of creating a better future. It reminds us that with hard work, determination,